Now at 5 a.m. on WKYT this morning, after nearly 2 years of being on the run, a rapist convicted in Virginia has been caught in Lexington. We'll have a look at where this case is moving next.
No arrests were made in a Lexington stabbing. 2 men stabbed, still recovering in the hospital.
And the President of the United States making his first visit to the Bluegrass State since 2011 today.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. Nice to have you with us Thursday on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. It's one day closer to the weekend.
It is that, and the Final Four weekend is going to be a big one. And to get there, we're anticipating quite a lot of storms coming in. It's going to be a little tough.
It's been so sunshiny and nice, but Jim Caldwell's here to tell us, meh. Not going to last.
Yeah, unfortunately, guys, it's not going to last. We go into the afternoon and evening today. We'll start tracking some rounds of showers and storms. We might have an isolated chance here before noon, but the better chances will start to really increase once we get into the afternoon and evening hours. During that time period as well, we could be tracking some strong or even severe activity and heavy rain. We have a flood watch that'll go into effect tonight, and it runs through Friday night as well for all of the areas highlighted here in green. Plenty of them, and the reason being is we could see anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rainfall out of that system. So a 3-day threat track, we bumped it up to high for today and on your Friday, as we could be tracking those strong to severe thunderstorms with high winds in excess of about 60 miles per hour and large hail. And of course, that heavy rain goes in there as well in the overall equation. We'll take a closer look and track it all hour by hour coming up for you in a few minutes.
Right, see you then. Thank you.
A convicted child rapist wanted out of Virginia has been caught in Lexington.
Only WKYT News was on the scene as U.S. Marshals captured Douglas McBride last night on Pasadena Drive. Police in Virginia have been trying to find him for nearly 2 years. WKYT's Mark Barber is live from District Court with the latest on this case. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Bill. U.S. Marshals say when they arrested the child rapist yesterday, he asked them, "How did you find me?" They say they replied by saying, "Good investigative work." Well, that good work led investigators from Central Virginia to Pasadena Drive in Lexington, where they found Douglas McBride about 1.5 years after he disappeared. The fugitive was wanted in Dinwiddie County, Virginia, where he was convicted of rape in 2013. We've learned through Virginia state records that the 51-year-old owned an ornamental craft shop, which he abandoned after his conviction. Back in February, the Dinwiddie County Sheriff's Office put out another call for help, asking the public to help find him. 18 months into their investigation, U.S. Marshals say they finally found him yesterday afternoon and arrested him. We're told when they found him hiding in the bedroom of the home on Pasadena Drive, he wouldn't obey their commands, so they took him into custody by force. His neighbors were shocked to learn that a rapist who has been on the run for 1.5 years was arrested next door.
He seemed to be a nice guy. He tells me that he's from Florida, and but he has been a nice guy to us. Been a good neighbor, but now he keeps to himself.
Now, that 51-year-old is also charged here in Lexington with trafficking drugs. U.S. Marshals say they found 1,800 pills as well as 18 marijuana plants in his room. Now, he is set to be arraigned here today. We've learned from an arrest citation that he is accused of trafficking in prescription medications like Ritalin and Flexerol, which is a muscle relaxant. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Mark, thank you very much. 2 men are recovering in Lexington after a stabbing, and police tell us this morning no one has been arrested yet for the crime. It happened near Martin Luther King Boulevard and East 4th Street around noon yesterday. We're told that one person was stabbed in the chest, the other in the hip. Witnesses say it was a terrifying thing to see.
It just scared me when he got stabbed. I ain't never seen nobody get stabbed like that. You know, the knife was still, half the knife feel like it was still in him.
Police say they believe one of the men was stabbed with a steak knife.
Firefighters have been busy all week battling forest fires. Crews in Rowan County spent most of yesterday dealing with the fire on Rodburn Hollow Road near Moorhead. They say that fire burned more than 70 acres. Firefighters expect the number to reach almost 100 acres today. Well, for the first time since 2011, President Barack Obama will be making a visit to the Bluegrass State.
The president will be visiting Louisville today for an economic event. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at our live desk with a look at what the president hopes to accomplish in the Derby City today. Good morning, Hillary.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. President Obama plans to visit a tech company today during his visit in Louisville. The White House announced the stop as part of an economic event to discuss his concerns about the $300 billion cost of eliminating the estate tax. The White House says it would affect few people and is physically irresponsible. Republicans say repealing the tax would help farmers and small business owners keep their businesses in the family. We have learned former Lieutenant Governor and Louisville Mayor Jerry Abramson, who now works at the White House, will accompany the president on his trip to the Derby City. However, many other prominent Kentucky Democrats are skipping the visit. Likely Democratic candidate for governor Jack Conway says he plans to be in eastern Kentucky today. State Auditor Adam Edlund and Attorney General candidate Andy Brashear also say they will be elsewhere when the president is in Louisville. Now, a bill to eliminate that tax cleared a key House committee last month. President Obama plans to address his economic concerns again on Friday in Utah. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, Hillary, thank you very much.
Interesting who will and won't be there.
Yeah, right.
Well, this weekend, the Kentucky Wildcats will take on the Wisconsin Badgers in a highly anticipated Final Four rematch.
And if the Cats win this game, they'll need just one more to complete that perfect season. WKYT's very own Rob Bromley is in Indianapolis with a look at just how pumped the Cats are to win the next step in their march to 9. Rob?
Good morning from Indianapolis, and it will all be decided in Lucas Oil Stadium just behind me. The Kentucky Wildcats 2 wins away from a national title. First up is Wisconsin in the Final Four Saturday. Now, the Wildcats arriving to a lot of fanfare last night at their downtown hotel. They have 2 days to get ready here and prepare in Indy. Not winning the championship last season means motivation. There is unfinished business.
I think last year we were maybe just excited to be there, really. And this year we're not going to be satisfied. We're a lot more satisfied this year. We're not the same feeling. We're going down there to win.
Last year, it wasn't expected. This year, it's expected from us. So, we're going down there to win. And last year, it kind of felt like we were just happy to be there.
Beginning at noon today, the Final Four coaches and players will talk at a news conference. The practices on Thursday are closed, but they are open to the fans on Friday here at Lucas Oil Stadium. In Indy, Rob Bromley, WKYT.
It's going to be a good time. Thanks, Rob. Many Big Blue fans are getting ready to hit the road, of course, to join the Cats in Indy. But if you're headed to Lucas Oil Stadium, there's some things you need to know about security. All fans will be searched and will have their bags checked as they go into the stadium for the Final Four event. Fans can only take in see-through bags or small purses that meet certain size requirements.
Folks, as far as if you're going to the stadium, you're going to the Fan Fest, you're going to the music festival, this is what we encourage that will allow people to carry inside.
You can see exactly what bags you can and cannot take into Final Four events on our website, WKYT.com. We also have a link to all of the NCAA security policies.
And Kentucky will be meeting up with Wisconsin Saturday night in the second game of the night in Indy. The expected tip time around 8:49 on TBS following the Duke-Michigan State game. For all other Cats news, just visit our website. We're keeping it continuously updated at WKYT.com.
Let's get a look at traffic and see what is happening on the roads this morning. Not hearing of any issues necessarily that are out there. I-64 and I-75, the northern split looks good.
If you're headed up to Indianapolis this weekend, the Indiana Department of Transportation is urging you to take I-74 instead of I-65. That's because there's going to be a lot of construction between Louisville and Indianapolis. So, in other words, go through Cincinnati, not through Louisville. That's what they're advising people to do. Looks good out there so far this morning, and WKYT this morning is just getting started.
Kids these days grow up so fast enough to rent a car at the young age of 8 months. We'll show you this industrious baby in just a few.
And we are tracking the possibility of strong and even severe thunderstorms coming our way today and into the day tomorrow. Better chances for tomorrow. We'll take a closer look coming up.